Yeah, Aaron had a baby in the middle of last night. Not him, his wife did. Sounds good. I talked to him through text in the middle of the night, but everything seems like it checked out fine. I'll talk to him here when we're over.
With him out, who got more reps and benefited from that?
Peter would have got a few more reps. We moved over here and played him at Sam today. We gave him the day off. So it was the same guys. He would have gotten Peter, but Peter got a new position try today. So we just rotated the guys a little bit more, and I think guys were gassed.
Jeremy Curley limited today with anything?
Yeah, he had a little tightness in his hip, so he tried to go, but he wasn't moving around right, so we pulled him.
How tough is the decision going to be at wide receiver? It just seems like there's a lot of good guys there.
Yeah, it's right now it's real tough. We're hoping those guys will separate themselves and it'll play out. But they're making it tough on us right now. Guys are going for it. Guys know what they're doing, and we got some good guys in camp.
Kyle, is Lewis Murphy looking through something before you?
No, just with Lewis not being here. We brought him in, worked him out, did a real good job in his workout. But we worked him pretty hard, and we could just tell he hadn't been around football for a little bit. So we don't want to throw him out in the fire and risk him getting hurt right away. So he's been working with Ray during practice, and he's been grinding it pretty hard to get his conditioning and really ready to play football. And I expect to get him out there next week.
What's been your message? Because a lot of guys, particularly on running plays, guys are kind of tackled to the ground. But every time the running back would just get up and finish his run. I mean, have you delivered a message about, hey, don't freak out if you kind of get pseudo tackled, or how have you handled it?
Yeah. I mean, it's something you got to talk about every single day. We want to be physical. We want to hit. We don't want to take guys to the ground. If you hit a guy square and you got your feet under him and it's a good hit, sometimes they will go to the ground. But when I say don't take guys to the ground, we don't want to wrap up. We don't want to roll guys. If a guy's off balance, we're asking him not to hit him. You try to protect your teammate. Some guys do a better job at it than others. It's something we got to keep holding guys accountable to and keep getting them to work, because we want them to hit, but we're also trying not to lose guys either. And whenever it happens, you hope when guys do cross the line. I like it when backs act like it doesn't faze them. They just get up, they finish the drill, and if they want to get them back in the play next time in the right way.
Since you guys came back from the day off, it looks like Joe Williams is kind of playing with a greater sense of urgency. Did you guys have a talk with him, or do you sense that as well?
Yeah, I thought he had his best day yesterday, and then it seemed like today was better than that. So I thought he's put 2 good practices in a row. It takes time with some of these guys, and by no means has he arrived with 2 good practices, but that's why I try not to jump to too many conclusions after each practice, especially with the younger guys. They got to learn the speed of the game, how to practice. A lot of these guys haven't hit like that in practice. Some guys don't know how to practice without pads, which was more OTAs and earlier on. But he got a couple good looks too yesterday, which sometimes that's what they need to spring a little bit of confidence, and just always hoping it'll click, because we know he's got some ability.
Catches early in camp, but I think today it was the second or third snap on a run to Bibbs. It looked like he got Eric Reed on a block pretty good. Is his physicality something that you guys knew about before the draft, and has that stood out to you since the patch came on?
Yeah, Trent's not scared of anything. He's not a huge guy, so but he's not going to turn anything down. He's going to do his job, and he's going to get in front of a guy, and he's going to bring it as hard as he can. And if you don't do that in our offense, you can't play it for us. Whether you like contact or not, you still have to do your job. And if receivers don't block in the run game, I don't believe you can have a run game. I think it takes all 11 people to run the ball. If not, you're just putting it on your back to make great plays. And so we hold everyone accountable pretty hard in the run game, and if they don't have much of an option if they want to be here.
Has it been that part of his game that's helped him, allowed him to get reps with the first team?
Well, yeah, I mean, Trent's got a good skill set. He plays well on the inside. He's good at separating and being man. But that was one of the things that we liked about him watching him in college. The way he ran with the ball in his hands, he ran physically. He's trying to go through people. He's not scared of contact, and it's a very violent game. And when you're playing in the inside all the time, if you're thinking about that stuff, it's hard to perform well. And you can tell Trent doesn't worry about that part of the game.
Probably not the best day this offensive line has seen throughout camp. What have you seen from that group, and how do you think they're absorbing this new offensive scheme?
I think the guys have done a good job. All of them have lost weight for us, which we asked them to do right when we got here. I think they're getting better at it each day. I think we're going against some pretty good D linemen, so they're being challenged all the time. And we got some depth on the D line too. I think our 2s and 3s on the D line are a little different than our 2s and 3s on the O line. And it's a challenge for those guys, but it's definitely going to make them all better.
Settle on your starting 5 on the 3rd preseason game? Or?
Yeah, you'd like to. You always try to treat that 3rd game as close to week 1 as possible. So you try to put those guys out there by then. But I've been plenty of times to where we still haven't decided going into a 4th game, and we want to rest the starters going into a 4th game, and we've had to play starters before because we need more time to decide. So the sooner the better. But we got some good competition out there, so I can't tell you how quick it'll happen.
There, but I mean, is that a scenario during the season that if Staley were to leave a game and Trent can slide over and appear as well?
Yeah, that's the stuff we're trying to find out. You only get to dress so many guys for game day, so I haven't been in one yet, but I've been very close a number of times where you have to talk about a tight end playing tackle. I know a lot of teams that have had to do that. So when you're only allowed a certain amount of guys up on game day, you have to be ready for anything. And when we give Staley a day off, those are things we're trying to figure out. I thought Trent did a good job on the left side, and next time that happens, I'm sure we'll try some other people too.
How's C.J. Beathard handled the stuff you put on his plate? Does he seem kind of wide-eyed and overwhelmed, or is he handling it pretty well?
No, he handles it very well. C.J. really, he's got an A-type personality. He really works at it. He really grinds. He has a question for everything. He's not just, he wants to know what you want him to do, but he also wants to know why. You can sit there and talk ball with him forever, and that's to me what allows him to have a chance to be good right away, because he prepares the right way. And so when he goes out there, if you prepare the right way and you work at it, then you're usually not as wide-eyed because you're not overwhelmed with it. And both of those guys, for rookies especially, CJ and Nick, they've really owned the playbook and they've put the hours in, which I believe gives them a chance when they get out there in front of the team and everyone. It gives them a chance to play well.
Derry and Lorenzo Giroux have been rotating back there at free safety. What have you seen from those two?
I think our safety's been playing real well, because we have a lot of injuries right there where we've had guys out, so it's been giving the guys a lot more time. Vinny's been around and going against them, and I think Vinny's doing a real good job in our scheme too, playing within it, understanding where to go and where to be. And then guys like Lorenzo and getting Chancellor in there and guys like that with these injuries, those guys have stepped up. Obviously you want all your guys out there, but I haven't felt too many holes out there from an offensive standpoint. I think all of our safeties have been doing a fairly good job, especially with the guys missing.
Hesitant at all with Rashard Robinson's workload going against some of the top receivers in the league? This is his 2nd year in the league.
Am I worried about it?
I mean, for 16 games, do you think that he can rise to the occasion?
I hope so, and that's what he's trying to prove. There's not many corners in this league, no matter what year, that they have 16 great games. So he's got the ability to. That's for sure. But I don't care how good of a corner you are, you're going to get beat in this league, whatever position you are. And to me, it's more how does he respond to that, because he's got a lot of ability. I love being around the guy, and now it's just about being consistent and trying to do it every single day, trying to stay healthy. And when you do get beat, which will happen, how do you rebound from that?
What is the format of tomorrow's practice? Obviously, it's going to be at a different venue, but is the format going to be different?
It'll be very similar today. We might do a little bit more move the ball. So if we do a little bit more move the ball, maybe a couple 2-minute drills and stuff, I'll probably cut down a little bit more than individual time. But the format will be very similar.
Coach, does it help to have a GM who played the game? I see you guys talking on the field as far as what you're trying to accomplish and what the GM would like to accomplish.
I think so. I don't think that'd be necessarily just because you played the game that means you're going to be good at it. But I think that's definitely one of the stuff that John leans on, his experience. I think he was the type of player who understood what made him successful, understood what made other people successful. He hasn't spent a ton of time in X's and O's, but when he did play, he had a very good understanding of what they did and the soundness of their defense. So it's very fun to be able to talk with a guy like that, and it's a lot easier to get on the same page. And I think he can understand a little bit and relate a little bit more to what the players are going through too.
All right. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, guys.